Hello, YouTube viewers. Coming at you with another episode. Keep it real. It's the next episode. Hold up. Wait. For you, and be thinking we soft. We don't. Next episode. I guess essentially what I do is I get on here and I rant. I didn't want to admit that that's what I do, but I went back and watched some of my videos, and that's exactly what I do. I get on here and I just try to explain what life looks like in my observation, and without thinking or trying to keep persistent with a rhetoric like Christianity or conservatism or liberal or existentialism or a certain philosophy. I don't really get caught up in that. Like, I just like to say what I think without thinking about it. And I think if we did a lot more of that, things would be better. But unfortunately, I'm starting to get an idea that I don't think the world is getting better. I think we're Rome right before the fall. And I talked about this with a buddy of mine a lot of times, but life's too easy. People are doing crazy things all the time. They're wearing glasses they're wearing these like ridiculous glasses and these ridiculous shades. And it's like, what the fuck are they even wearing those for? No, but seriously, to get right to the point, I'm in a weird phase of my life. 2019 was the best year of my life. It was a record year. And now I'm in 2020, and I feel like it's all starting over again, in a sense of not 2019 starting over again. My problems in life, the things my dissatisfaction of American life is starting again. And I'm just, because for 2019, I got to live it like a vacation, and I just realized this is the year I get to spend that on me, and it was so fun, so happy, and I wish I could cultivate that for the rest of my life. But 2020 came, and I thought, it's 2020. I'm a man. I need to find a woman. So I get on Tinder, and I see all these women want guys with jobs and careers and all this stuff. So I'm like, well, fuck, what can I do to go get a job? And then I'm starting, hold on. Stop right there. Quit. Put the fucking brakes on, David. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's the same fucking shit that got you to that point to begin with. You go and you take on unnecessary responsibilities that increase your levels of stress, and then you get fucking used and abused by society and by another woman, and you're gonna fucking be depressed again. And I think that might actually be true. Not to say that I'm not gonna apply myself and keep looking to better my life, but I mean, shit, a lot of the reasons why I thought that this year I needed to start getting a career is because the next step in my life was, do I need to get a woman? But for today's, and I've experienced, I have done an experiment for the last 2 months using dating apps, going out to bars, talking to people on streets, asking girls out at the that are my server, shit like that. Like, this isn't just online dating. I've gone and done an experiment, at least to give me a good enough sense of what's going on. I've gotten rejected many times. I've had successes. I've been with women who I thought I would fuck, but I didn't. And then I've been with women who I didn't even have an idea to fuck, and then I did fuck. So it's gone a lot of different ways, okay? And all those in the moment have spontaneous, it's fun for a little bit. But what's required of me to do those roles, I don't want to do the rest of my life. And I don't think that American culture seemingly has less and less room for masculine men. And that's a tragedy. And a lot of it is just battling rhetoric. So many people are so full of rhetoric, stuff that they don't even know. And you know what? I would be dishonest if I don't say I'm included in that. However, there's a song by Jay-Z called Lost One, and he has a lyric in there. I love that fucking song because it's like him setting it straight for the critics. And he just basically said, fame is the worst drug known to man. It's stronger than heroin, when you can look in the mirror like there I am and still not see what you become. I know I'm guilty of it too, but not like them. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm exempt, but I'm aware of my limitations, and I'm working actively to progress myself, to get better, to improve, to keep driving the pinnacle of human advancement. And I don't see women doing that. Now you might say like, hold on, beat the brakes, David. Whoa, hold on. How can you say that? These women are going to school now. They're getting degrees. They're getting jobs, making 60 grand a year and up. They're starting to get equality. They're marching. They're doing these shows and they're doing these mountain climbing and they're doing right. What I'm saying is individually, internally, for the good of the fellow human being, what are they doing? Because all I see is they're saying, look at me, look at me, look at me. Let me get. And then as soon as I'm done interested, you're no longer useful for me. I'll go pick up another man or another this or another that. And men are not expected to do that. Men aren't doing that. Men, look at the first thing I wanted to do at the beginning of this year. For the sake of a woman, I was going to go put a whole bunch of stress on my life. Why the fuck would I do that? Why would I do that? To get fucking betrayed by some bitch in 20 years? Because that's what American women are now. They're bitches. I mean, that's not to say that that individual, every single one of them is a terrible person, but there is a culture that has been cultivated for women to have normalized all the attention they put on their appearance and not putting attention on their internal personality and being able to treat men basically like shit and it being okay. And that's why I lost my son and things like that. I mean, that's why the court system chewed me up and spit me out. So I want to say this. I don't think anymore, at least in Denver, that I'm starting to see some of the cons of this progressive thinking. In a lot of ways, when I left Oklahoma, I was really proud to leave because I was like, man, it's a lot more liberal out in Denver. There's a lot more diversity. There's a lot more this and there's a lot more that. And there were a lot of pros to that, things that I was like, man, I'm glad I made that leap because I've got a great return from that investment. But now I'm starting to see the cons of that. And the cons are a lot worse because the cons basically say rhetoric is more important than biology. So what we want to believe and what we want to think is more important than what actually is. And that's an argument I will not fight. I will not sit here and go back and forth with some person about and do this all fucking day about my experiences versus your rhetoric. I went through the fucking fire, motherfucker. I went through that shit. I had people fucking, it's like Eminem said, have you ever been hated or demonstrated against? I have. I've been protested, or no, have you ever been hated or discriminated against? I have. I've been protested and demonstrated against. Now, his is at a larger scale, but when I was in court and I had fucking my son's mom and her whole family and even my family at some times fucking riding my ass on some bullshit because they believed her pussy fucking story about what happened, instead of listening and looking at the reality of what happened because she's a woman. Oh, well, and my dad would say this, well, you're a man and where I come from, when you look up a woman, you better get married to her. And it's like, dude, you're single and you don't like your life. All right. I'm not going to listen to your fucking, what you think. All right. A lot of that came as a result of the pressures of Christianity anyways. And I'm not blaming Christianity. I'm just saying, if you can look at my life back, if you look at what I had to go through in my life, it makes sense the reason that I've done the things that I've done. I've been integral the entire time. I'm not here to evaluate my steps and say that I was perfect every way, but I was a man the whole time. I did biologically what a male would do with everything that I was faced. And at this point, I'm just thinking, what the fuck? What is out there for men? What do I have? Do I have to go give my fucking half of my life to a woman? Why don't women contribute to the relationship? Why is it every time I take them out, I have to initiate and then I have to keep the conversation going? I have to be interesting. I have to be attractive. I have to have a good job. And all they have to do is sit and look pretty and then judge me for everything that I fucking do wrong. Like, what the fuck is that? That's bullshit is what it is. And it's culturally relevant, but it's biologically damaging. We got to open our fucking minds up and get a little crazy because this world is bullshit. That's why men are going and fucking playing games and video games, because that's a world they can get lost in where it benefits them. Their contribution is beneficial. It's not happening in dating anymore. And women, you should be fucking ashamed. Why? Because you're not producing effective humanity, but you're expecting the men to. You're just sitting back nagging and you want whatever you want. You can't be clear and concise about what you want, so you can make men suffer for it later to keep you in control. You play these fucking games all the time where you don't text back at a certain time because women just have to have the upper hand. But the thing is, they're historically irrational and illogical compared to the rationale of a masculine man. That doesn't mean they're dumber. That's not what I'm saying. There's a way that the male mind works that will shut down a female. If you put an intellectual male up against an intellectual female and you didn't judge it by rhetoric, you judged it by survival, the male's going to win that battle. Now, I still am of the belief that ultimately, because reproduction is key as far as survival, the female is the superior biological race or gender. But the alpha or the female lion will never be able to overpower the male lion. It's just not how the biology works, and it should never work like that. The female lion relies on the male lion relies on the female lion for their differences, not their equality. Oh, let's get equal. Let's make everything equal. Let's be equal. There is no equality in biology. It is yin yang. It's what I have, you don't, and it's what you have, I don't, and we need our emptiness. We need you to feel I need you to feel my emptiness, and you need me to feel yours. But now there's so much abundance, a woman can just get a fucking Instagram. So there's all the attention she needs. So she doesn't need that anymore. And then she can get a job. Well, there's all the money she needs. So she doesn't need that anymore. I don't care. I'm not saying that women shouldn't be able to do that. What I'm saying is what that does to the male is it biologically damages the male. So seriously consider the risk of going into a relationship with a woman, because they lie. They don't know what they really want until it happens. They will sit there and dead ass tell you they won't cheat on you, and they can pass a lie detector test like Patrice O'Neal said. However, when the moment comes that they see another attractive male, those pheromones, those hormones, they start raging, and then they fuck, and then you're fucked. And that's all I gotta say. Don't get fucked by a woman. Be really careful. Be on your fucking shit, because they are out there sly, and they have the power, they got the authority, they got resource, they got friends. We are fucking doomed if we're not on our shit.